You are standing in your modern kitchen right now. Your stomach is growling like a trapped animal. You grab a plastic container from the fridge. In 30 seconds, you have a hot meal. This feels normal to you. This feels like a basic human right. But for the vast majority of our history, this was impossible. There was no plastic. There were no refrigerators. There were only your teeth and your courage. Imagine looking at a raw, muddy tuber. Imagine biting into the cold flank of an elk. You would spend hours just trying to swallow it. Your jaw would ache before the sun went down. If your brain is already exhausted by that thought, welcome home. Subscribe to our journey because the history of your dinner is wild. So why are we the only animals that cannot survive without fire? You might think we were just primitive brutes. You might imagine us as hairy creatures with big clubs. We often picture our ancestors eating raw slabs of meat. We think they were just lucky to survive at all. But this common image is a total lie. Our ancestors were actually brilliant, resourceful survival scientists. They did not just find fire by accident. They mastered fire to solve a massive biological crisis. They were facing a wall of energy exhaustion. They were starving despite being surrounded by food. Raw food is a trap for a large mind. It takes too much energy to process internally. It requires a massive gut to ferment fiber. Think about a gorilla sitting in the jungle. A gorilla spends 10 hours a day just chewing. It is a full-time job for their jaw muscles. They have massive guts to digest all that raw plant matter. Their bodies are built to be fermentation tanks. But look at your own body in the mirror. Your gut is compact and efficient. Your teeth are tiny compared to an ape. Your jaw muscles are relatively weak. How did we survive the ancient world with these tools? The answer is tucked away in the ancient hearth. Let us look at the chemistry of the flame. When heat touches a starch, it changes forever. This process is called starch gelatinization. Raw starches are like tiny locked crystals. Our digestive enzymes cannot find the key to open them, but fire shatters the lock completely. Heat causes the starch granules to swell and burst. It turns a hard root into pure, accessible glucose. Suddenly, nearly 100% of the energy is available. Your body does not have to work for it anymore. The fire has already done the heavy lifting. This is what we call outsourced digestion. We used external energy to replace internal labor. Now consider the protein in a piece of meat. Raw meat is a dense web of folded strands. It is hard for your stomach acid to penetrate, but when you apply heat, those proteins denature. They uncoil like long pieces of string. This exposes more surface area to your enzymes. You absorb more nutrients with much less effort. Then there is the magic of the Maillard reaction. This is the chemical browning that happens during cooking. It creates hundreds of new flavor compounds. It signals to your brain that the food is energy dense. It also neutralizes dangerous toxins in many plants. Kidney beans and certain tubers are poisonous when raw. Cooking turned the dangerous forest into a massive buffet. This gave our ancestors an incredible survival advantage. They could eat things that would kill other animals. They could get more calories from the same amount of food. This led to a profound biological trade-off. Scientists call this the expensive tissue hypothesis. Think of your body like a high-stakes budget. Every organ in your body costs energy to maintain. The gut is a very expensive organ to run. The brain is also a massive energy hog. Your brain is only 2% of your weight, yet it consumes 20% of your daily calories. In the ancient world, you could not afford both. You could not have a giant gut and a giant brain. You had to choose where to invest your energy. Because fire pre-digested our food, our guts could shrink. We no longer needed meters of complex fermentation tubes. Our bodies retired the massive, energy-draining digestive tract. We redirected all that saved energy to our heads. Our brains began to grow because our guts got smaller. The kitchen was the fuel for our intelligence. We literally cooked our way into being smart. Where is the proof of this ancient shift? We look to the dust and ash of history. In the Wonderwerk Cave of South Africa, we find clues. Researchers found microscopic ash and burnt bone fragments. These samples date back 1 million years. This suggests humans were using fire much earlier than thought. In Israel, at Gesher Beno Yaakov, we find more. There is evidence of controlled hearths from 790,000 years ago. These were not just random forest fires. These were organized central locations for cooking. In the Sesame Cave, we see a central hearth. It was used consistently for over 200,000 years. Our ancestors were returning to the same kitchen for millennia. They were passing down recipes and fire-starting techniques. This created a brand new way of life. Consider the concept of reclaimed time. If you spend 10 hours chewing, you have no life. You cannot build tools while you are chewing fiber. You cannot paint cave walls while you are chewing bark. You cannot invent a language while your jaw is busy. Cooking changed the math of the human day. We went from chewing for 6 hours to 30 minutes. Suddenly, we had 5 or 6 hours of free time. This was the birth of human culture. We sat around the fire and talked. We shared stories while the meat sizzled. We planned the next hunt while the tubers softened. The hearth became the first social network. It was the place where we became a community. Without fire, we would still be sitting in silence. We would be too tired from chewing to think. Now, you might think you could go back. You might hear about the raw food movement. Some people believe raw is more natural for us, but the science tells a very different story. Look at the Gießen raw food study. Researchers studied people eating a 100% raw diet. Even with modern blenders, they struggled significantly. Half of the women in the study stopped menstruating. Their bodies simply did not have enough energy to reproduce. They were living in a constant state of caloric deficit. This proves that we are now obligate cookivores. We have relied on fire for so long that we changed. Our biology is now physically tied to the kitchen. We are the only species that has outsourced a biological function. We put our digestion into the flames. We also see this in our genetic code. Humans have many copies of the AMY1 gene. This gene produces an enzyme called salivary amylase. It helps us break down cooked starches in our mouths. Other primates only have a few copies of this gene. We are built at a molecular level to eat cooked food. Our microbiome is also much less diverse than a chimp's. We do not need specialized bacteria to fight plant toxins. The fire takes care of the toxins for us. Our internal world is cleaner because our external world is hot. This realization should change how you see yourself. You are not just a person who likes snacks. You are the result of a million-year-old technology. Every time you boil water, you are honoring an ancestor. Every time you grill a steak, you are feeding a legacy. You are using the same tool that built your brain. The modern world can feel cold and digital. We worry about emails and social media metrics. We stress over things that do not really matter. But your body remembers the warmth of the fire. There is a reason we find flickering flames so relaxing. It is the sound of safety and survival. It is the smell of a problem being solved. When you sit by a fireplace, your heart rate drops. You are returning to the ancient headquarters of humanity. You are going back to the place where we became us. We survived the ice and the dark because of heat. We survived the predators because we had the light. We were never the strongest animals in the woods. We were just the ones who knew how to cook. Think about that the next time you order takeout. Think about that when you are making toast. You are not just performing a chore. You are participating in a biological miracle. Your ancestors worked very hard so you could eat fast. They spent generations perfecting the art of the hearth. They traded their giant guts for your giant mind. That was a very good deal for all of us. You are not malfunctioning because you love a warm meal. You are simply being a successful human being. Your craving for cooked food is a survival victory. It is the reason you have the capacity to wonder. It is the reason you can even watch this video. Your brain is a high-performance engine fueled by fire. So go ahead and enjoy that dinner tonight. You have earned it through a million years of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into your ancient self, please consider liking and sharing this journey. Subscribe to keep exploring the survival roots of your life. We have so much more to discover together. Until next time, stay curious and stay warm. Remember that you are a master of the flame. You were never going to eat that salad raw. You are a creature of the kitchen. Your ancestors would be very proud of your stove. They would be amazed by your microwave oven. They would think your spice cabinet is a miracle. You are living their wildest, warmest dreams. Stay wise and keep the fire burning. The ancient world is still alive inside you. It is waiting for you in every bite you take. We are defined by the meals we share. We are defined by the heat we master. This is the story of our shared survival. This is the story of the human spark. Thank you for being part of this tribe. We will see you in the next exploration. Take care of your brain and your gut. You only get one of each in this life. Make sure you feed them both very well. The hearth is always open for you here. Go forth and cook something incredible today. Your biology is counting on you to do it. Your mind is waiting for that extra energy boost. You are the legacy of 1,000,000 fires. Make every single one of them count. See you in the next ancient story. Stay hungry for knowledge and for life. You are part of a very long line, a line of survivors and brilliant chefs. Welcome to the table of human history. You belong here more than you know. Let us continue to learn from the past. Let us respect the wisdom of the flame. Goodbye for now, fellow firebringers. May your hearth always be bright and warm. Keep asking the big questions about our survival. Every answer is hidden in the ancient dark. We just need a little light to see. Thank you for watching Stickwise today. Your support means the world to our tribe. Go enjoy your dinner, you brilliant survivor. You have definitely earned the calories tonight. We will be back with more very soon. Keep your curiosity as hot as a hearth. See you very soon in the next video. Take care and keep exploring your roots. The journey of humanity is just beginning, and we are so glad you are here.